My wife and I have been dating since we were 18 years old. We met our senior year of high school, lasted through college at different schools and got married 3 years ago, right after we graduated. We both come from Christian families. Her is much more strict than mine. She's not a super strict person, but when it comes to cheating on me, looking at other girls or watching porn, she has always been 100% repulsed when we were engaged. She threatened to leave me at one point and held a grudge a long time after she found software porn history on my computer. Last year, we moved across the country to a younger hip city. She started a new job and so did I. Up until spring of this year, I had been so happy with our relationship. We had a nice place in a new city, did lots of fun things together. Bought a puppy overall, just living a good life. I had no reason to suspect anything was wrong in March. She had a spring break from work and decided to go to Las Vegas for 4 days with one of her girlfriends from college who is super Christian. I was not concerned about this at all as I trusted every ounce of my wife and knew that her friend wouldn't be into too much craziness. Anyway, after she got back from Las Vegas, I felt like something was off. She began listening to different music. She made friends with different girls at the place. She worked people that I thought were not very good influences. She was a bit more distant from me. My parents came to visit and she wasn't her typical sweetheart self to them. About a month after her Vegas trip, I had to travel for 2 weeks for work. Over this time, she attended a Kentucky Derby party with her new friends from work. I don't have anything wrong with her drinking with friends, partying, whatever. Like I said, I trusted her. She always was one to flash her ring at guys, went with her friends to tell them to buzz off this night. She got particularly drunk and ended up staying at one of her friends' houses downtown. She never responded to my texts or calls and I was worried sick. I knew she was drunk that day and didn't make it home. She didn't get in contact with me until the morning when I just on my way to the Phoenix airport to catch a flight home. She said she just got too drunk and stayed at a friend's house. No big deal. When I got home from that trip, I could immediately tell something was off. She said she was having second thoughts about us and that she had lost a bit of our connection. She said she had met a British guy in Las Vegas, but nothing happened. She talked to him a bit over the internet, but it stopped after a few weeks. That next weekend we decided to take a small trip to reconnect on that trip. She had too much alcohol one evening and told me some things she probably shouldn't have. It made me question what she told me, that I didn't have the whole story. I discovered on the trip that she was still using WhatsApp to talk to this guy. She said she was just confiding in him for relationship advice. She told me she would stop communicating with him and deleted the app the day we got back. I monitored her phone within an hour of being home. She was talking to him over Facebook Messenger. It was overtly sexual in nature and she told him she felt grounded by me and that I was acting like her parent for making her delete the app. This sparked the rage and got her to admit everything about her relationship with him. She had been sending him non-nude Snapchats, or so she claims, in her lingerie. She was attracted to him, felt a connection, and things got sexual over time. She still denied anything happened in Vegas, which I 90% still believe to this day. A week or two later, by sheer coincidence and luck, I found out that there was another guy. This guy wasn't in Britain though. He was in our home city. After some digging, I found out that she got drunk on Kentucky Derby night and spent the night at his house. You can fill in the gaps. I went through all the stages that you would expect for someone that was cheated on this hard after seeing how much she hurt me. She immediately retreated and started feeling tons of guilt and shame. She never came clean though until I had her backed into a corner and told her I knew. She said she was afraid it would end things between us and didn't know how to tell me. That was 3.5 months ago. We have had a small bit of counseling, a lot of ups and downs, and a good bit of fighting. I truly believe she has passed that phase. She says it was a bad time in her life. She made a bad decision when drunk with guy number 2 and was just swooned by guy number 1, who was very attractive. She has convinced me. I truly believe this, that she has passed. It loves me with all her heart and would do anything to fix things with me. She is trying very, very hard today, but it just doesn't ever feel satisfactory after what happened. I internally criticize so many things she does and constantly wonder what else is out there for me with someone who would understand and respect me better. I still love my wife, but it's not the same as it once was. We were both madly in love with each other for a long time. Things were so pure between us. We were each other's first and only sexually up until the affair. We go back a long way and do truly have a deep connection. But all of those feelings have dwindled and I don't know if they can come back. So many trust issues. Always wondering if she's lying about something or keeping something from me. Constantly comparing myself to these more attractive guys, thinking about her, sending explicit photos to someone else and sleeping with someone else. I just don't know if these are things that I can recover from mentally. It doesn't help that the whole thing hit me like a ton of bricks. I had no idea that there were any issues in our relationship, only to have to date and find out about this whole secret life. I know there are lots of people out there that have probably gone through similar things. Half of the things I have read say that you'll never get over the feelings that I'm having. The other half say that you can do anything if you put your mind to it and truly care about the person. I don't feel like I've wasted 8 years of my life with her. There's no regret, but I do feel like I devoted 8 years to her when I could have probably enjoyed my young life in different ways. I'm so afraid that I will waste even more years of my young life trying to make something work that is destined to fail again. TLR, my wife and I had a great thing for 8 years together. Our whole young life. She cheated on me while drunk and feeling detached from me. She's 100% committed to the relationship now and wants me back so bad. She's truly regretful. I don't know if I can ever get over what happened. In my opinion, that's what usually happens. You get cheated on and they want you back, but you don't know if you can forgive, move on, try counseling, and most of the time they end up cheating on you again. Once the trust is broken, it's almost impossible to regain. Not saying you can't regain trust, but it almost never ever happens. Remember, guys and girls, never ever let someone make a fool out of you. Life is too short to live with questions in your head about your partner. I unfortunately was not able to find an update for this story.